Hello and welcome to Baby Shark's Amazing Stream. We're here playing on the USA server. We're just getting started here. People starting to trickle in. Expecting to see a few more later on. There's Stellar D. I usually prefer to be on the team of 3. But this is fine. Blue is not building. Oh, there he goes.
complete. Dabu, Loktar, Dabu. Ready to work, Swobu.
Do more here.
Ready to work.
Bottom right.
Zunzun, Dabu, Swobu.
Scramble has opted to be humans this game.
Ready to work. Work complete. Loktar, Zunzun, Dabu, Zunzun, Zogdog, Loktar, Swobu, Loktar, Zunzun, ready to work. Eatdog, Swobu, Glorduk, work complete. Loktar, Glorduk, Dabu. Ready to work. Eatdog, Swobu. Ready to work, Loktar. Work complete. Glorduk. Work complete. Work ready complete. To work. Glorduk. Swobu. Loktar. Zogdog. Eatdog. Loktar. Zunzun. Ready to work. Zunzun.
I should expect them to target me.
Ready to work. Stop.
I
Zunzun.
should definitely have a tower.
Zunzun.
In case I get hurt.
Ready to work. Loktar. Loktar. Work complete. Zunzun. Work complete. Work. Zogdog. Dabu. Ready to work. Zunzun. Zogdog. Loktar. Work complete. Zunzun. Ready to work. Zunzun. Yes, Captain. Ready to work. Dabu. Loktar. Yes, Captain. Work complete. Swobu. Ready to work. Glorduk. Loktar. I would love to. Ahoy! I would love to. You're the captain. Ready to work. Loktar. Swobu. I would love to. You're the captain. Eatdog. Loktar. Zunzun. Loktar. Ready to work. Your command, master. Dabu. Work complete. Zunzun. Loktar. Swobu. Zunzun. Ready to work, master. Dabu. Zunzun. Zunzun. Ready to work. They're destroying our city. Dabu.
So much for that tower. Did not last long.
Ready to work.
Transport is in danger.
Eatdog. Loktar. Dabu. Loktar. Zunzun. Zunzun. Dabu. Zunzun. Work complete. Loktar. Zunzun. Loktar. Ready to work. Zunzun. Loktar. 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 We're being attacked! Eatdog! Glorduk! Zunzun! Dabu! Loktar! Glorduk! Loktar! Lothar. Lothar. Your command, Lothar. Your command, master. Work complete. Your command, Your command, master. Work complete. Work complete. Work complete.
We're ready, Master. I'm not ready.
They're destroying our city! Huh? Work complete. They're destroying our city!
We're ready, Master.
We're
I'm not ready. We're ready, Master. I'm not ready. Okay. Yes, we're ready.
Work complete. We're being attacked. Ready to work.
Yes, Master.
We're being attacked. Ready to work. We're being attacked.
I'm not ready.
Ready to work. Your command, master.
Master, we're ready, Master. All right, Master.
We're being attacked.
Yes? All right.
Hanging on by a thread here.
Ready to work.
ready, Master. We're ready, Master.
I'm not ready.
Alright, okay, Master.
Ready to work.
Yes?
Like I said, I told you they were gonna target me.
Ready to work. Zug zug.
Alright.
Ready to work.
I'm about to repair that barracks. Don't want to lose it. Varas is above me. I should sap
Ready to work. Zug zug. Ready to work. Zug zug.
I have no shipyards. Ooh, Varas is going to...
I'm alive.
We're being attacked. Zug zug.
Alright, okay. Yes, Master. Very well. Of course.
Stop. Zug zug.
Make it quick.
Ready to work. Zug zug. Stop. Zug zug.
Yes. Of course. We're ready. Ready? Yes. All right.
Lord Lockdown.
Yes, man. All right.
Survived yet another attack. Wow. How am I not dead? Nice going, dispatch.
Ready to work. Being attacked.
Okay. Yes, all right. Okay. Yes,
Ready to
all
work.
Make it very well. What? Huh?
It's actually a good thing that Disgrunt is Varas is wasting his resources on me because I'm basically dead and my gold is almost gone. And if he's attacking me, he's not attacking Disgrunt. And Disgrunt is the one who actually is doing the
Destroying
damage.
our city.
All right. Yes. Make it quick. Very well. We're ready, Master. Okay. Yes, Master. Yes, Master. Yes. All right, Master.
We're being attacked.
All right. Okay, Master. All right. Yes, of course.
Ready to work. Go, go. Ready to work. Lord Lockdown. Lockdown.
Yes, Master. We're ready, yes, man. All right. Okay, all right. course.
Ready to work.
I'm almost better.
Make it quick.
I really shouldn't bother making it.
Yes. Very well. We're ready, Master.
Sorry.
I'm not ready.
Make it quick.
Very course. Very well.
Zug. Zug, Loktar.
We're ready, Master. I'm not ready. Yes, very well. Of course. Very well. Of course. Yes.
Just like that.
Very well. Make it quick. Yes. Make it course. Very well. Very course. Make it quick. Very course. Very well. Of course. Make it.
Looks like we're doing a little bit of name swapping here. Demori has left Cortana. AFK. Ring is BRB, just waiting for Ring to get back. We're going to be starting up shortly, hopefully. I heard this story about a dog who, after his master died, he continued to go every single day to the master's gravestone and just laid by it and waited and waited and waited. The master was never coming back, but the dog just kept going back to wait for the master. A story like that, it's kind of heartbreaking. But there's also a beauty in there. A beauty that there's that kind of love and loyalty in this dark world. I always loved stories. There's something about true stories that is more compelling than fiction. Fiction is fun and can be entertaining, captivating, funny, all kinds of things, but true stories of things that really happened, those ones have a special kind of power because they're based in real events. I often like movies that are based in real events that happened. Even that movie, Free Solo, I saw that one in theater not too long ago. Was it maybe 2 months ago or something? It was not my pick. I was not interested in seeing that really. It seemed like, how can watching some guy hanging off a rock wall for an hour and a half or so be interesting? But it actually was. It was an interesting story of a very unique person who has a very unique lifestyle and a unique set of gifts, and the kind of determination he has to go conquer these mountain peaks all by himself, putting his life on the line every time. It's just, it's fascinating because he's completely different from almost every person in the world, because most people in the world wouldn't do something like that. They would find it crazy and risky and dangerous, and I know, most people just are content to, go to their 9-to-5 job and then go home and watch TV. And it might be pretty the typical lifestyle, but there's something amazing about people who break free of the molds and expectations of society, and they go and pursue their own dream and create their own lifestyle, and they don't live their life day to day based on what everybody else thinks is normal. He did not even live by his girlfriend's wishes. Eventually she started to worry more and more about him when they got deeper, and she started getting scared when he would go and risk his life on these cliffs. But he was like, well, this is who I am, this is what I do. Yeah, apparently that guy, when they did tests on him and his brain, there were some parts of his brain were not working properly. Like the part of the brain that feels fear was missing in this person, which explains a lot of things. Hopefully we'll get to gaming sometime in the near future. Denzel W does not know your password. I just made up the account. You did not have to get, but I'm not telling you that. How are the viewers doing today? It is looking like everyone is fallen asleep. I'm gonna get back on my own account here. If I could find the map, that would be wonderful. Why do I not remember where it is? I think it should be black. There it is.
Work complete. Itok, Zanzan. Work complete. Zanzan. Ready to work. Dabu. Zanzar. Dabu. Dabu. Zanzar. Ready to work. Zanzan. Dabu. Zanzan. Ready to work. Zanzan. Zanzar. Swobu. Ready to work.
We'll
Dabu.
totally not
Work
take
them
turns. I don't care.
Zanzar. 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 Work complete. Ready to work. Dabu. Zontar.
Checked.
Dabu.
Four spots, so that
Zanzar. Work
like
complete.
1, 2, 3, 4. So
Ready
we
to
got
command,
the
master.
he's going with Peon.
Zanzar. Dabu. Zanzar. Dabu. Work complete. Zanzar. We're being attacked. Dabu. Ready to work. Your command, master. Zanzar.
Didn't take.
Dabu.
So he sent 2 peons out. Tell me to go zero.
Ready to work. Work complete. Zanzar, your command, master. Zanzar, ready to work. Zanzar, Zanzar, work complete. Your command, master. Ready to work. Your command, master. We're being attacked. Your command, master. We're being attacked. Ready to work, command, master. Zanzar, Loktar. Loktar.
Mystified.
Loktar. Zanzar, work complete. Swobu. Dabu. Dabu. Zanzan. Your command, master. Ready to work. Swobu. Dabu. Zanzan. Work complete. Ready to work. Command, master. Zanzan. Work complete. Dabu. Ready to work. Swobu. Loktar. Dabu. Command, master. Complete. Your command, master. Loktar. Zanzan. Zanzan. Dabu. Loktar. Zanzan. Work complete. Zanzan. Dabu.
I didn't get it at first.
Your command, master. Dabu. Loktar. Loktar. Work complete. Ready to work. Zanzan. Dabu. Zanzan. Itak. Work complete. Zanzan. 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 Loktar. Loktar. Dabu. Sansan. Dabu. Loktar. 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 Your command, Your command, Ready to work, Lord Sunsun.
I lost the objective.
Sunsun, your command, master. Ready to work, Dabu. Sundabu, Sunzar. Your command, master. Loktar. Ready to work, Sunsun. We're being attacked. We're being attacked! Sunsun, Sunsun, Lord Hook, Sunsun. Swobu. Ready to work. Sunsun. We're being attacked! Dabu! Loktar! Sunsun! Loktar! Your command, master! Ready to work! Dabu! Sunsun! We're being attacked! Sunsun! Loktar! Dabu! They're destroying our city! Loktar! Sunsun! Work complete. We're being attacked. Loktar. Your command, master. Dabu. Dabu. Loktar. Sunsun. Sunsun. Loktar. Lord Sunsun. Lord Sunsun. Ready to work. Ready to work. We're being attacked. Dabu. Ready to work. Loktar. Your command, master. Ready to work. Loktar. attacked! Ready to your command, Master. Dabu.
What you want me to do right there?
They're destroying our city! Sunzo! Swobu! Swobu! Sunzo! Ready to work! Your command, Master! Work complete! Your command, Master! Your command, Master! Your command, Master! Swobu! Your command, attack! Sunzun! Ready to work! Your command, Master! Ready to work! Sunzun! 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 Your command, Master! Ready to work! Sunzun! Sunzun! We're being attacked!
What you want me to do? Alright. What you want me to do? Alright, boss.
Sunzun! Work complete! Sunzun! Sunzun! We're being attacked! Your command, Master! Sunzun!
Alright, Master.
Ready to work! Work complete! Work complete! We're being attacked! We're being attacked! Work complete!
Alright.
We're being attacked! We're being attacked! Ready to work!
Yes, alright. Yes,
We're being
alright.
attacked!
Alright, Master.
Sunzun!
I'm not ready.
Sunzun!
Yes, Master. Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
We're ready to work! Sunzun! Loktar!
We're ready, Master. I'm not ready.
Swobu!
Yes,
ready
Master.
to work!
Yes, Master.
complete.
Oh, that was fun. Sometimes I like to have other people host, but I'm just so good at it that it might as well be somebody who knows what they're doing. I hope the map is big enough for the number of players we have. A bunch of people seem to be AFK on us. It says it in Spanish. That's funny. I've never seen that in Spanish before. I'm gonna ask him. I'm a little surprised he's okay with these teams because I feel like we are going to crush because the top is a little heavy here, but if they're okay with it, who am I to complain? Denzel's BRB. The concept of normal it's interesting if you think about it. I mean, most things are if you think about them long enough. The idea that there is like a narrow standard of what everybody's supposed to be in every category in life. The uniqueness of the individual is lost. I think there is a lot of pressure to conform, in spite of the messages you hear all the time that it's okay to be different or celebrate diversity and all these kinds of things.
Work quickly. Dabu.
I feel like we have to mess up pretty badly to make it this game. I'm going to do what I did not do the last time I played this map. Seal off one side so I can't get double. I mean, I can, but at least I can't get all my peons lost. They've run through too many.
Ready to work. Dabu. Loktar, Loktar, ready to work, Loktar. Dabu, Zug, work complete. Zug, Loktar, Swobu. Zug, ready to work. Zug, Swobu. Swobu, Loktar.
That would be Tofu. No, it's actually the Ross.
Loktar, work
thought Tofu
complete.
was the
Ready
guy
to
who
work.
always runs around
Loktar, Zug,
I'm not gonna worry about that.
Loktar. Ready to
I
work.
have to
Zug,
be honest
Loktar.
anymore just so he can't instantly build another thing.
Work complete. Loktar. Your command, master. Work complete. Ready to work. Loktar. Lord Loktar. Lord Loktar. Loktar. Your command, master. Ready to work. Zug. Lord Loktar. Zug. Your command, Lord Loktar. Zug. Loktar.
So they're actually gonna
Work complete. Loktar. Your command, master. Ready to work. Lord Loktar. Zug. Work complete. Zug. Your command, master. Loktar. Ready to work. Loktar. Zug. Your command, master. Zug. Loktar. Ready to work. Loktar. We're being attacked. Zug. Work complete. Lord Zabu. Swobu. Ready to work. Lord Loktar. Loktar. Your command to work. Your command.
sooner. And
Work
okay,
complete.
I'm gonna also
Loktar. Work complete.
He's being handled by Disgrunt. I'm pretty confident
Lord
he's going to
Loktar.
handle Tofu.
Your command, work. Lord ready to work. Zug. Loktar. Zug. Loktar, your command, master. Loktar. Ready to work. Dabu. Your command, master. Loktar. Dabu. Zug. Ready to work. Loktar. Dabu. Loktar. Dabu. Work complete. Your command, Zug. Your command, master.
Looks like you're outside.
Zug. Loktar. Zug. Loktar. complete. Huh? Guns up. Guns up. Guns up.
Well, it's pretty much over. I don't really need to build anything.
Taboo. Guns up. Ready to work.
If I can improve the killing, accept that thing.
Guns up. Work complete. Taboo. Dog taboo. Guns up. Taboo. We're being attacked!
A little gentle persuasion is required sometimes. I do enjoy Achilles. Tenacity. I enjoy that tenacity, I have to admit, but sometimes he takes it a little far. This time he was still battling with Denzel, but some games, I tell you, he makes us kill every last building and unit. And sometimes, on some maps, that can take some time. Hey, Lil Ho! Oh, well played, thank you! How are you doing today? Chillin', token, yard work, bike rides, baby online, the night is lit. Bike rides? That's something I have not done. It's funny because I think last year I got my bike all tuned up and I even took it to the shop to get it, you know, into proper riding condition. And then I think I used it like once, but I meant to use it more. Life just goes by so fast, sometimes feels like it's in fast forward. But I do enjoy riding a bike. I should definitely pull out my bike again, but now it's like in the back of the shed and behind everything, so it'd be hard to get out. Dental has beat James McGill and SPB on HSC, following which SPB disconnected. Yeah, I'm just impressed that thing still runs. Been in the garage for years, and she still fires up Honda for the win. When you say bike, do you mean like a motorcycle? I was thinking a bicycle. But I don't think they make Honda bicycles as far as I know. That must be a motorcycle. Ain't nobody got time for self-propelled transport. I know. It's more for pleasure, I guess, than transportation nowadays, but Japanese engineering. I was gonna say Toyota. I started liking Toyota cars, but that's not Japanese, I don't think. Or is it? Is Toyota Japanese? I feel dumb. I should know that, right? Oh, it is. I remember when we were choosing the last vehicle, I read about a Toyota vehicle that had, I think they said over 1 million miles. And then they put it in a museum, I think. But that was a pretty good advertisement for the company, I would say. Top tier advertisement? I know. There's nothing like an advertisement of the thing actually doing what it's supposed to do, the product actually working, versus just somebody smiling and holding it up and saying, oh, this is so great. Because you can pay anybody to say that about anything, whether it works or not. Oh, there we go. We have Sean Penn in the game. Right? I'd rather subliminal messages in my ads. I do have to say that some advertisements are really well done. Most of them are just annoying, but I've seen some that are actually either funny or just really clever. Yeah, I turn off ad block for Twitch, they usually use it. I do like the ad block. I have ad block. And some some websites say, oh, you can't look at this website if you don't turn off your ad block. And then I just ignore that website and go find another one. I generally like movie trailers. As long as they're for like half-decent movies. Like if I'm going to the movies, I like to see the previews for other movies. Pretty sure that's a death sentence for any website nowadays. Yeah, in general, ads are pretty annoying. The worst ones are anything that pop up at you or move on your screen without your permission, or just start playing automatically when you didn't click on it. I hate those. I was trying to find out where the people are because somebody is missing. Article wasn't that good anyways if the content creator forces that on its audience, in my opinion. Yeah, nobody really likes being forced into stuff. So we're down to 5 people. Seems like Toku's AFK'd again. Will Ho, wanna log in and play War 2? 2-on-3 with these teams is this is a near impossible game, really, because yeah, the players are kind of a little bit too good for 2-on-3 in this case. But I'm always willing to give it a shot. I like to challenge myself, and I don't mind losing a game. I would just rather a good fight with a death than an easy win.
Work
Let's see
that
what we can do here. And yes, I know we did start with that one of the AFK, which is totally fine. Okay, he's actually here now, so. Playing some StarCraft 2 at the moment, otherwise I'd love to. Make the third player go archers only, haha. Yeah, sometimes you can do archers only with the third player, but I'm happy to take on the challenge. I don't think we're gonna win this time. I'm thinking I should
ready to work.
wall in. I don't usually do that. Most of the time I'll like do something different from it.
Ready to work.
I feel like this situation is so bad. Oh, let me fix that. How's that? Is that better?
Work complete. Lord Hook. Zug zug.
Well, thank you for telling me. I wish you told me a little sooner. It's funny because I cannot tell at all how the stream sounds. So like my volume was so low that I can barely hear the game right now. But I can hear it adequately. But it's pretty quiet for me.
Work complete. Zug zug. Your command, Maddie. Work. Zug zug. Work complete. We're being attacked. Work complete. Zug zug. Your command, zug zug.
So this is, in a way, this is kind of good because somebody has just wasted a ton of resources on failed towering. So that's kind of good for us, I think. And now if we can finish him off quick, then we'll be down to 2-on-2, except he's got, of course, the allies coming to help. Okay, I should really wall off my base here.
Your command, master.
I was unlucky.
Ready to work. Your command, master. Work complete to work. We're being attacked.
Okay, red must be in the bottom left corner because his grunts came from the left side. I'm gonna go and see what I can do to red.
Work complete. Zug zug. Dabu. Your command, master. Ready to work.
Hey, CT is here. I'm gonna go see what's happening upstairs.
They're destroying our city! Work complete. Your command is ready to work. Ready to work.
Canceling that so I can get my fort faster. Okay, there we go. Get the farm back. Achilles already has Stronghold. I'm expecting him to go Sappers and Ogres. We're being attacked! Tactical pause. I saw that actually happening in some games where somebody was a watcher, and I think they intentionally paused the game during the game to mess up an attacking person. And they did it on purpose that time. Yeah, totally tactical pause. And I think it was a watcher interference too. I'm trying to remember who all was involved, but it was some time ago. Well, I'm pretty sure, I feel like it was Paperboy. And if Paperboy ever does get banned, I think I've seen him get banned at least once from from games after his stints, but I find him hilarious. I think his stuff is funny. Some people just have no sense of humor and they just take things way too seriously. There was a time when I was having a really good one-on-one versus Fighter 002 / what other AKs does he have? ESN. You mean Paperboy or ESN? Paperboy is a really good player. And there was a watcher named Tyrus, and he came and sappered my buildings, and I was pretty annoyed because it was like a really good intense one-on-one and I was enjoying it. I was probably gonna lose anyways, but still, I was really into it. That time I was annoyed, and I later had to get him back by killing his watcher peon at least two different times in 2 different games. TD Tyrus sounds like a... I don't mind some shenanigans now and then. There are times when it's like when I feel like it's, you know, like if it's during a tournament or something. That's not really the time for stuff like that.
Ready to work, Doctor. Dabu.
So you seem to know some of these people, so you used to be a War 2 player, or what? Why don't you play anymore? Or do you play still?
Work complete. Ready to work. Dabu.
Alright. Master.
Zanzan. Zanzan Loktar. Zanzan. Zanzan. Lord. Work Zanzan.
Yay, I was active in the 90s, haven't played much this century. Maybe I'll try again this summer. That would be great to have you. Should definitely play with us. I am going to need gold. Yeah, you can't have two people logged in the same account. Beat that red footman putting in work. I think I'm a little behind with that comment because I'm not sure which footman that was.
Yes, Master. What is it? Yes, Master.
Okay, I gotta pump some units. I'm like slacking off here.
Very well. Make it very well. Zanzan.
Yes, Master. Yes, Master. What? Of course. What is it? What? We're ready, Master.
Micro your macro, young lady. Haha. I can't believe that it's looking like we're winning this. If Sean 10 had done a proper strategy instead of just all towers, we would have probably lost. Those puny straw huts, no match for Voodoo Magic aka Bloodlust. Yes, Bloodlust is OP. Whirlwind them. Okay, I totally will, because he never leaves. I need to upgrade it though, I don't have it. I can't afford it. It costs 1,500 and now my peons are being lazy. Where are they? There they are. Story of my life. Oh, some got stuck over here. Alright, he left already. Can't believe he left so early. That's early to leave for Achilles. Didn't even make us kill all his stuff. This time. I'm going to find an awesome Cape Headwater map. If you want to suggest something, you can. When I open up the page of maps, the Cape Heads are the maps from so long ago. Bayou's a neat one, we've done that one semi-recently. Discovery Isle, how many does this fit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, how does this one look? Spiral, X marks the spot, only fits 2 players. Spiral. We've done Spiral a fair... You know what? Disgrunt loves that one. We can do Spiral. There's a 7-player version one called, Hi, Akuma Karyudo. I think I got the name a little better this time. Okay, wait, who is DiCaprio now? Oh wait, no, okay, it has to be Ring. Hey, gnarly man, how's it going? I'm waiting to load in for this next event. Load in for this next event. Not exactly sure how you load in for a next event. What kind of event are we talking about? Yeah, Disgrunt loves Spiral, so I would have done Spiral for Disgrunt, but he decided to. I think he's not going to be here for a little bit, if what he said is how I understood it. He's dialing into the Matrix. DJ Photo Booth. DJ Photo Booth. Describe the DJ Photo Booth. Okay, so you're a DJ, that's pretty neat. Is it as exciting as it sounds, or is it... I don't know, is there a dark side? The Matrix is a movie that I should probably see again. It was such a popular classic. I saw it kind of much later than it came out. Photo booth is a booth with a camera, and you sit inside this area with a cloth around it and wear hats and props. That sounds interesting too. Me and Achilles 2 versus 3, fine. Music and photography, those sound kind of like interesting things that you would actually have fun going to work. That you don't just think, oh man, I have to go to work and sit at a computer all day and punch in numbers. I did that for a little while and I hated it. After a while it isn't fun. Drunk people are the worst.
Alright.
I remember reading about this kind of study where they found that a lot of people act more drunk than they really are. What they did was they like had this big party drinking time, and it was non-alcoholic beer, so nobody could actually get drunk on it because it wasn't even, there was no alcohol. But everybody was, after everybody had been drinking, they all started acting drunk anyway. So part of it is just an act. According to this study. Those people were dumb, no kidding.
Job's done. What? Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord. Alright. Yes, me lord. Alright. Ready to go right now. Yes, me lord.
Or paid to fake. No, you don't really need to pay people to fake because people are so interested in fitting in with the crowd and trying to look cool or look what they think is the current popular version of cool that they will generally just act how they think people expect them to. I don't know what Tofu was thinking with these teams. He said him and Achilles versus the three of us. I think they have like 0 chance to win this, unless I intentionally play really bad. At least I have a game where I don't have to try at all. Fake news, paid actors, Instagram influencers at large. That's something that is such a common term nowadays, fake news. Fake news. Because everybody says that somebody else's news is fake news. And of course, what really happened, i.e. the truth, who do you trust is the real question. Who do you trust to be telling you the truth? Because mostly all news is just somebody telling you something that happened, because most of us aren't there for the events that are happening, you know, across our country, across the world. So we have to take someone else's word for it. And now we know that, you know, you can really fake things to look a certain way. You can take videos from a different place and say it was another place than it really was. Or like you said, you can have paid actors. Who do you trust? Is the question.
What is alright, yes, Lord, alright, yes, Lord, alright, yes, Lord. Ready to serve.
I trust Tofu to give it to me straight. I am totally telling Tofu. Tofu, Lilho trusts you to give it to him straight.
Hello. Okay, alright. Hello, yes, my lord. Ready to serve. Okay.
Okay, he says no problem, you watch. That's his message.
Ready to serve. Lord. Hello. Yes, my lord. Alright. Job's done. Ready to serve. Yes, my lord. Right, alright. Ready to serve. Ready to serve. Hello. Alright. What is it?
A few years back, I never would have imagined that A, I would be streaming Warcraft 2, or B, that there would actually be viewers to watch such an old game. Like, I personally totally love watching this game. I love playing it, I love watching it. But I know it's a game that's like 20 years old. But it does make sense that having, you know, sold over 3 million copies, that I would not be the only fan. Of course it makes sense. And it is an awesome game. It's just such a good game. Here comes Achilles' balloon.
Me lord? Yes? Alright. Yes, me lord. Job's done. Okay. Yes? Job's done. Yes? Alright. Yes, me lord. Ready to go.
Right, path to affiliate and beyond, just a few zigzags away. What does that whole affiliate thing even mean or do? I'm not quite sure what that is. Like, I've heard of it, but I don't understand it.
Yes, me lord.
Can you get a sub button so we can support you? Like, what kind of support are we talking about?
What is yes, my lord. Alright. Yes, yes, my lord. Okay. Alright.
Set sail. Aye, aye, Captain. Account under
Yes, my lord.
Mint cookies support. Duh. As good as mint cookies sound, I am on a healthy eating kick. So I'm like trying to eat kale, cucumbers, and like alfalfa sprouts and all that kind of stuff. Peppers.
Okay.
Yay, and then partner, you get cookie dough and cheesecake support. No, that's not the kind of support I want right now. I actually feel very supported just by having you wonderful people watching my game and talking. I feel quite happy and supported right now. I don't think I need anything more. I just miss mint cookies. Why can't you have sugar, Marilyn?
Yes, my lord. What is it? Okay.
On a diet.
Yes, my lord. Okay.
Is it a doctor ordered or a self-inflicted diet?
My lord. What is it? Hello, yes, my lord. Ready to strike. Ready to serve. Hello. Job's done. Yes, my lord. Ready to serve.
All I do is work out, and play World 2. What kind of workouts do you do?
Ready to serve. Okay. Alright. What is it? Okay. Job's done.
Use working muscle sounds about
Alright, my lord.
what's
Yes, my lord.
expected.
Yes, my lord. Lord. Yes, my lord. Ready to
6 pounds of muscle lasts 4 months, so it's going good.
Oh. Yes. Alright, yes,
The main thing is you feel happy and healthy and enjoy life.
Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
work complete.
Okay. Yes, right.
Yeah, I've read that sugar is more addicting than cocaine. And I know, I have definitely been caught on the sugar addiction boat many times.
Yes, my lord. Alright, yes,
At the current moment, I'm doing pretty good.
Ready to serve. Yes, my lord.
I was offered coffee crisps today, and I said no thanks. Last time I was offered steak, no thanks, even though it smelled amazing. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
Yes, my lord. Hello. Okay. Hello. Yes, my lord.
I've been off sugars for 6 months. Wow, that's awesome.
Okay.
Do you feel a lot more energetic and like bouncy and stuff? Now I get a headache if I eat a lot of sugar.
Ready to serve. Ready to serve. Alright.
Who summoned me?
What is alright? Ready to serve.
Yes, soda is something I stopped drinking a long time ago.
Alright. Ready to serve. Hello. Job's done.
I feel like it is poison.
Yes, my lord.
Complete and utter poison.
Alright. Yes, my lord.
Sugar makes you feel like crap.
Okay. Alright. What is it? Yes, my lord. My lord. Job's done. What is it? Yes, my lord.
Well, good for you. Sounds like you could
Yes, right.
be an inspiration for others.
Lord. Hello. Yes, my lord. Job's done. What job's done?
Only time I eat sugar is after a 2-hour workout day.
Hello.
So is it like lifting weights and running and stuff? Push-ups?
Yes, my lord.
Who summoned me?
Yes, my lord.
Your request? All right.
Oh, yes,
Yep, all that.
Work completed.
I'm just gonna play defense. I'm not gonna attack anybody because
yes,
the
my
teams are
lord,
so
yes, my lord. Job's done.
unbalanced.
Hello, right, yes, my lord.
What is your wish?
Lord. Hello. Okay. Yes,
Summon me.
Okay. Hello. Yes. Lord. Oh, yes, my lord. Yes. Okay.
Okay, thanks for stopping by. Have fun at work.
Job's done. Job's done.
What summoned me? All right. You need to wish.
My lord. My lord. Yes, all right. Okay. Hello. Yes, yes, all right, my lord. Right, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes.
Who summoned me?
House is under attack.
Job's done. Oh, yes, my lord.
Your request? Do you need assistance? Who summoned me?
Hello, right, all right.
What is it? Do you need assistance? Do you need assistance? What is it?
Work completed. Work completed. Aye, Captain.
I already have a
Aye,
transfer.
aye,
I
aye,
don't
aye,
even need to
sir.
make one, but I want to have one anyways for
All
when my
right,
transfer dies.
okay.
It's
All
really
right,
bad.
yes, my lord.
Since I'm guessing
All
Achilles
right.
has 20 subs on the map.
Underway.
What is it? All right. Very well. Who
Aye,
summoned
Captain.
me? Do you need assistance? All right. As you wish. Do you need assistance? Do you need assistance?
Skipper. Aye, sir. Underway. Aye, Captain. Underway. Aye, underway. Aye, sir. Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. Underway. Aye, sir. Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain.
Do you need assistance? Very well. As you wish. Very well. Very well. Very well. All right. All right. As you wish. As you wish. All right. As you wish. All right. All right. All right. As you wish. All right. As you wish. As you wish. All right. As you wish. As you wish. Very well. All right. All right. As you wish. All right. Very well.
Set sail.
What is it? All right. All right.
Set sail.
Your request. What is it? Your request. Your request. You need assistance. Very well. Very well. As you wish. As you wish. As you wish.
Skipper.
Do you need assistance?
Polymorph his last peon.
Skipper.
Your request. Very well. All right.
If he has any peons left to polymorph, I don't think he has.
What?
I'll polymorph him.
Your request.
Set sail.
What is it? Very well, as you wish.
We are under attack.
Do you
Oh,
need
he's got a
it?
DK
Your
out.
request.
Aye, sir. Underway.
Do you need assistance? Very well.
We are
Do
under attack.
you need assistance? Very well, as you wish.
Skipper. Aye, sir. Aye, Captain. Underway. Aye, sir.
What is it?
Yeah, I didn't really need to play this game. It would have been fine as a 2-on-2. I think they were probably losing even to the 2-on-2. Or blue has some damage in his base.
Do you need assistance? What is it? Do you need assistance?
I have 50,000 gold and like no units going on.
Alright.
What is
Aye,
it?
Captain.
Your request?
Set sail.
Who summoned me? Who summoned me?
Yes, my lord.
What is it? Very well. Who summoned me?
It would have been great if we had 6 players, so I would have to try this game.
Aye,
Your
Captain.
request? Very well, as you
Okay,
wish.
there's a peon to
As
follow
you
more.
wish.
Aye, Captain. Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Who summoned me? Who summoned me?
Alright. Alright. My lord. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Okay.
What is it? All right. Do you need assistance?
Alright, yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Skipper.
Do you need assistance? As you wish.
Set sail.
Yes,
Do you need assistance? Do you need assistance? As you wish.
Well done.
Skipper. Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Well done.
Okay, I better go save blue.
Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain.
Your request? As you wish.
Underway. Aye, Captain. Underway. Aye, Captain.
What is it? Very well. As you wish. All right. Do you need it? As you wish. Very well. What is it? Do you need your request? As you wish. Your request. All right. All right. Do you need it? Very well. Very well. Do you need assistance? All right.
Blue's fine. Aye, Captain Whirlwinded. Ooh. We almost had them. That was funny that he said that because it was not even close to true.
We are under attack.
What is this?
Okay, yes, we have 6 players now. Awesome. Okay, so I feel like we should do me and Disgrunt and Achilles. Man, these people AFK a lot. La da da la. Not Sean present. Tofu always cracks me up. Alright, so who do we have? We've got Achilles down there, and Disgrunt at the top. I think there's like a pool of water at the bottom here, if I'm not mistaken, and one time I was playing someone one-on-one, I think, or what was it? But somebody started making shipyards down here because they thought it was a different map than this. In Tofu we trust.
Work complete. Zunzabu. Zunzun. Ready to work. Zunzun. 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 Ready to work. Zunzun. Zunzun. Ready to work. Swobu. Work complete. Ready to work. Dabu. Swobu. Zunzun. Swobu. Work complete. Dabu. Swobu. Ready to work. Zunzun. Work complete. Your command, please. Dabu. Zontos. Zonzabu. Work complete. Dabu. Dabu. Swobu. Ready to work.
Better go help Achilles out down here.
Work complete. Your command, Master. Ready to work.
See, this is why I use FM, which has gotten me some complaints. Let me in, Achilles. This is not looking good.
We're being attacked! Command, Master! We're being
No, you're not. I'm renovating your face. I have to SS that one. I am making a collection of Tofu's funny sayings, and I'm going to put them all on the War2 USA forum. www.war2usa.com, and in the forum I have a Tofu's funny sayings section that's going in there later.
Work complete.
Somehow my base is no longer under attack, and I have no idea why. Oh, there.
Ready to work. Ready to work.
I killed 3 people. I have no idea what this map is. I should probably look at it. What is the key? Huh, interesting. Okay. A little bit like Pirates Lagoon. A little bit like Halo of Hegemony by X-Bremer. Pirates Lagoon is by The Good Shepherd. This is interesting, actually. How is it that we've never played this before? I've never played this map before. It doesn't look too bad. Sexy Pud. I agree, looks pretty cool. I like both X-Bremer's map creations and Good Shepherd's. They both make pretty good maps. I've tried making maps, but as a map maker, I have to admit I totally suck. The maps I've made are so bad that I would be embarrassed to actually play them and say, this is a map I made. I thought I was gonna make the next Gao, but ended up making a POS every time I tried Map Maker. Well, the main thing is that you tried, right? Map making is not for everybody. I feel like maybe I should give it another try. But I don't know, I already have like, if I'm playing and I'm streaming and I'm making the website and I'm writing posts and all this kind of stuff, I don't really have like War 2 time to make maps just now. Even the website is getting a little bit more neglected as I'm playing more. In the beginning of War 2 USA, the games were less frequent, so I had more time to dedicate to building the website and stuff, but there's plenty of underplayed solid maps like Where is the Key? When you say Where is the Key, do you mean the one I'm playing right now, which says What is the Key? And Mutton. Yeah, I I like Mutton actually. That's one that I should play more. I should totally play Mutton. Next time I'm playing one-on-one with Dr. Orc, I will invite him to play Mutton. Oh yeah, where is the key is a FAQ of mine. Not what? What do you mean FAQ of mine? What does that mean? Alright, I will try to observe this game and talk about it. Let's do some pro level commentary here. Lilho, how many viewers do we have? Somebody in the game wants to know. Okay. 30 to 50 peak at 81. Thank you for that information, Lilho. Most appreciated. Alright. Welcome to a replay commentary by Baby Shark. The map is What is the Key? We have 2-on-2 happening here. We have Ring 62, who is blue, allied with purple, who is disgruntled, fighting against Sean Penn, who is Tofu, and Mark Wahlberg, who is Lord Varas. I'm expecting this to be an action-packed game, full of suspense, and fun, and intriguing attacks and surprises of all kinds. Varas is repairing that lumber mill like there is no tomorrow. He is definitely going into the water. Looks like he's setting up to do a grunt rush. And we have Ring is going into the water with 2 shipyards, which would lead me to expect he is doing juggernauts. And Tofu also is going 2 shipyards. I would think that is a jugs setup. And Purple, who is disgrunt, is also setting up for a rush. So we have 1 jugger on each team and 1 rusher on each team. Let's see how this plays out. Disgrunt's shipyard is already completed, whereas Varas is just getting his finished. It's also finished now. We got level 1. Each of them has, Disgrunt's got 4, Varas has got 3 because some of his resources went towards a tower and a second barracks. I personally am not sure the second barracks in this case was warranted, because with everything else you have to build, the second barracks is just taken away from the resources for that. Slows them down a little bit from being aggressive. See, Disgrunt has already reached level 2, 6 grunts, while Varas just has 3 level 1s because he has the second barracks in the tower. Alright, Tofu's got his jug ready to go there. Ring is going to explore up first, and ahead in number of jugs for now. Alright, now what might happen here is Orange might get this transport, which would be really bad for Disgruntled. He's trying to move it around really fast so it doesn't get hit. He lost a footman. If he goes to hit Tofu now, Tofu's pretty vulnerable. His tower is not upgraded. He's not walled in. Okay, he threw up that wall really fast. He's going to prevent the footman rush from instantly killing all of his peons, but how will he hold up as the attack continues? We will see. And Varas hit him just at the same time, which was not a good time for Disgrunt to get hit. Let's see if he will be able to fend that off. And at the same time, Ring is coming to attack Tofu in the water with not one, not two, not three, but 4 juggernauts. There's a powerful fleet. Can do quite a bit of damage. These things hit for a lot of points. Look at that. The shipyard, after just a couple of hits, is already half dead. Tofu is losing some buildings here. It looks like Disgrunt is surviving this attack. Just barely. Alright. Tofu has lost water. Varas is sending his second stream of grunts. We have level 3 against level 1. So I would expect these level 3s to be able to take care of this, no problem. We needed some levels on those grunts for these rushes to do maximum damage, and that's also why that first rush was able to be defeated, because this grunt is ahead in levels. Tofu is going for that stronghold now. He's got 2 defensive towers. Rax is under attack, but only 1 peon, so Tofu doesn't feel any urgency to get that repaired just yet. Ring's amazing 4-jug fleet has come to hit home at Varas. If he tries to repair it, it won't do any good because those things hit for a lot. And Ring is sending 2 jugs back home to deal with this attacker. And it's sunk. You sunk my juggernaut. So Tofu's got that stronghold. Ring is going for stronghold. Varas is going for stronghold. Oh, I missed this. Disgruntled had launched an attack on Varas here. So like I said, this is going to be a good game. We got some pretty closely matched opponents here. These games are more interesting to watch than brutal smackdowns. Like that 2-on-3 Tofu and Achilles versus Varas, myself, and Ring. Alright, Tofu's got these ogres already. Who is he going to attack? Disgruntled opted to be human, so he does not have the lust option. Which if Tofu gets lust, then that could put Disgruntled in a pretty rough position. Varas, as usual, is going for his expansion. It is starting to look at the moment like Varas and Tofu team is a little bit ahead because we've got a fort coming here. Oh, actually, Ring is also forting. But Varas also has already expanded. Disgruntled is also going castle now. Oh, he was able to get through. I did not know you could get through on land. Uh-oh, this is not looking good for Discred here. He is outnumbered. Tofu did not need ships to get to him. Yeah, this is gonna be a brutal hit for Discred. It is looking like the Tofu Veloz team is going to be solidly victorious. Unless somehow Ring can pull off a miracle rescue. But I doubt he's going to make it there in time before Discred's castle is gone, and Discred does not seem to have a single peon remaining. 200 IQ Tofu. Thanks to the power of Soviets. Oh my, I am totally assessing this too. There's no way Ring's gonna be able to defeat both Veloz and Tofu. I agree, things were good if he couldn't get through. That reminds me, we used to randomly pause the game and ask for SS when suspected map packs back on Heat Zone Con Kali early VNet. Yes, that still happens on the Russian server, that's regular. So far I have not seen any kind of like, I haven't seen anybody trying to cheat in the game on this server so far. We generally have nice people here. But yeah, on the Russian server that's still a thing where you pause and ask for a screenshot. And I hardly ever have gotten asked though for screenshots. Just a couple times. Yeah, I guess like I usually play on the same AKA, so you kind of get a reputation. People, and then every time somebody visions me or unvisions me, I always say it right away. So I'll say, okay, I see you, or he unvis, so that it's obvious that you are seeing what they're checking if you're seeing, because people would do that to test for hacks. So I would always pass the test. And nowadays I'm basically always streaming. Well, no, actually not always. Sometimes I don't. Like I think I played last night. I've been playing the last few nights and I wasn't streaming. I want to be in kind of a more like positive, uppity, bubbly mood when I'm streaming, so I don't have to just be cranky on my stream. A plus for not shutting it off and turning it back on. Okay, I can leave the game. Playing behind our backs, I hear that. Well, the thing is, okay, when I first started streaming, all I had to do was like just turn the stream on and off, and I didn't like have to do anything else. But I used to also start and stop the stream between every single game, so that all the games would be like separated, and then I could search them up later if I want to find a specific game. But of course, that then when every time you turn your stream off, then people who might have been watching would probably leave. I don't know. I wasn't like super paying attention to it. But then like when there started coming all these viewers and stuff, and then people were like, oh, we want you to chat with us and stuff, which makes sense. I mean, if I'm watching a Twitch stream, I want them to talk to me. So that makes perfect sense. I mean, that's part of the fun. It's being able to interact with the streamer. And I get that. Because I would only be interested in watching the stream if they were being interactive. So, yeah. Who do you watch on Twitch? I've watched a few random streams. Well, I found one Finnish guy playing War 2. I watched him a little bit. I've sometimes watched Vizor's stream. I used to watch his stream fairly often back in the day. Like, I'd go on the treadmill and I'd turn on his stream. I don't know. Yeah, Aries. I'm trying to think of how I found his stream even. I watched one Australian guy. Hey, Crazy Wreck! How's it going? What did Viz say about me? I bet it was all bad. Because I think I called him a dick recently. And I was just kidding, because I was seeing if it was him, because somebody named Aries logged onto the server. I was just testing if it was him, but and I did not believe that it was, and it wasn't, actually. It was somebody else. But yeah, there was this Australian guy who was playing, like, Fortnite and some other really retarded games, but he was kind of funny and he had a cool accent, so I watched him a few times. Crazy Wreck is totally not telling me. Yeah. Yeah, I actually just had a flash of the game too. I made a ton of dragon roosts that game. It was Garden of War. I made a ton of dragon roosts. I think it was fastest probably, because he likes fastest speed, if I'm not mistaken. He's a much better player than me. His skill level is like close to being twice as good as me. And what I mean by that is that if he did a 1-on-2 against someone my skill level, it would be a good game. I think it would be hard for him to win, but he would have a chance to win. Unless we like played smart and kind of doubled him right away at the beginning. But my chance of beating him 1-on-1 would be pretty much almost 0. I might win him maybe 1 out of 100 games. Something like that. I'm using a digital keyboard with a controller, so I'm slower than a keyboard. Oh, excuses. Okay, I don't know, what's it? I keep hearing things about mechanical keyboards and digital keyboards, and I don't really understand them, because I'm like, I have the same like regular old-fashioned keyboard which I consider just a basic keyboard. With a controller. A keyboard with a controller. Like on screen, touch to type. Crazy Rec, when you say digital keyboard, do you mean it's kind of like what your phone screen is like? It's like a phone screen type of keyboard where you just kind of touch a flat surface with your hands instead of pushing a button? If Crazy Rec is typing, this is the slowest typing I have ever seen in my entire life. When I was like in keyboarding class, when I was like 10 years old, and I was pressing one finger at a time, like one finger per every 5 seconds, I think I was still faster than you. Basic keyboard, you got your finger over the keys, ready to push my keyboard. Oh, okay, wait, no, I didn't read that right, because we had no punctuation. Basic keyboard, you got your finger over the keys, ready to push my keyboard. I got to move over every letter one by one. Okay, so why would you ever want to have such a defective keyboard? Typewriter, haha. I've actually used a typewriter. I remember there was this old church that we used to go to back when I was a little kid, and up in like the attic, they had like an attic, and there was all this stuff up in the attic, and some of the things they had up there were typewriters, and we would take them and type with them. It was pretty fun. It was really cool. But yeah, I guess if you're using a typewriter and you make one mistake, then you have to scrap your whole document and start all over again. Because you can't just like erase it like you do on a computer screen. Well, it is looking like our players have mostly AFK'd. The original, that's just a fancy typewriter. I don't have a device to make it easier. If I use a comp to watch it would be very easy. Oh, we have Stylebender! Okay, this should be interesting. Humans game, free-for-all, 4-way free-for-all on Mr. Bean. I'm excited!
Hello. Alright, yes, me lord. Yes, me lord.
Now
All
Ring, I'm often playing with Ring. He is one of the most, other than myself, he is the most frequent player at this server. And he does not like to do free-for-all at all. So I get semi-deprived of free-for-all. Thanks to Ring, because he absolutely and utterly refuses to play it, although I think he did do a couple like early on.
Jobs, yes, me lord. Yes, me lord.
The map is Mr. Bean, Crazy Wreck.
Alright.
This is a map that was, I believe, created something like 20 years ago by Nedro. Nedro is a pro map maker, doesn't play War 2 anymore, at least I haven't seen him play in ages. But he made quite a few really cool maps, and this is one of them. This is one of my favorite maps of all time. It's not, it's kind of like, I have been more in a Woodland Warlords kind of mood lately.
Okay. Alright. Righto. Me lord. Yes, me lord. Jobs done. Yes. Alright.
Woodland
Alright.
Warlords was created by Xbrummer 1. Ramchops is just going in and out, he's doing some testing. He's like he does different like mod programs for War 2. I think he's working on one where you can see the map. When you join a game, you can see a picture of the map, which I think it's pretty cool, but
Alright. Yes, me lord. Ready to serve. Yes, me lord. Job's done. Yes.
people who have been playing War 2 for so long, like I have,
Okay.
change is scary.
Awaiting orders. My lord?
Ready to serve.
as you wish.
Job's done. Hello.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go and
Yes,
take the
me
island
lord.
expansion early.
Okay.
Because in free-for-all you have a little bit more luxury of
Job's done. Yes.
time, because most
Alright.
people are likely to play
Right. Ready to serve.
defensively and look for
Alright.
expansions rather than go aggressive. Because if you go aggressive and you get attacked by the other guy, then you're kind of screwed.
Ready to
So
serve.
playing defensive is generally the way you
Alright.
go about it in
Job's done.
free-for-all.
What is it? Me lord. Yes, me lord. Alright. Alright. Okay.
Nedro, you remember Nedro?
Yes, me lord. Righto. Righto. Yes, me lord. Righto. Alright. Alright. Right. Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord.
Promotes Gay Wars and Turtle Play. Haha. Maybe
Hello.
so.
Alright.
I still
Hello.
like free-for-all.
My lord? my lord. As you wish.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
I remember him kicking. Oh wow, okay, so you played with him way back in the day.
Yes, me lord.
That's
lord.
cool.
Yes, as you wish.
Hello. Righto. Okay. Yes, me lord. Yes, me
I would
lord.
say he's a better player than
Yes,
me
me lord.
when he was still playing,
Me lord. Right. Yes, me lord.
but I have beat him a fair number of times.
Ready to serve. What is alright? Job's done.
Awaiting orders. Yes, as
So
you
far I
wish.
haven't found anybody.
Ready to serve. Hello. Alright. Okay. Yes, me lord. Okay. Ready to serve.
Awaiting orders.
Yes. Righto. Righto. Alright. Yes, me
As
lord.
you wish, sire.
Ready to serve. Yes. Okay. Yes, me lord. Righto. Ready
The
to
Haydn.
serve. Job's done. Yes, me lord. Alright. What
More
is me
trees
lord?
needed here.
Job's done.
As
you
you
wish.
wish.
How have I
Yes,
not
yes,
found
yes.
any I have not seen a single
Job's done.
unit on the entire
Hello.
map
Ready
at
to
all.
serve. Alright.
other than my own.
Yes, job's done. All right now. Yes, yes, me lord. Ready to serve. Hello. Yes, me lord. All right, ready to serve.
BRNBL.
Ready
Barracks
to
and
serve.
lumber mill. He was on Kali though mostly, and I was on Heat with Baby Peon Valkyrie days.
Job's done.
Seems like yesterday. Yeah,
Hello.
apparently
Yes,
Baby
me
Peon is
lord,
supposed to
me
be
lord,
the
yes,
best
me
female
lord.
player there ever was,
Yes, me lord.
if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw her logged on sometime in the last few years, a couple of
Ready
times.
to serve. Ready to serve. What is it? Yes, me lord. Okay. What is it? All right. Okay. Yes. All right.
Captain on the bridge. Aye, aye,
Hello.
sir.
Okay. Ready to serve. Me lord. All right. Yes, ready me lord. To serve.
Bottom left and bottom right. Oh,
Ready to serve.
Your
Yes.
orders at once, sire. At once, sire. As you wish.
Yes.
As you wish. At once, sire. At once,
Yes.
sire.
Yes.
As you wish.
unbelievable.
Yes, right, right.
I've still seen nobody.
Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. Your as you wish.
Maybe I should just let them like
Yes,
kill each
my
other in that
lord.
corner.
Yes.
That kind of suits me. Maybe I shouldn't go rock the boat by scouting them. Then they might remember that I exist
Your
and come after me.
command.
Job's done. What is it? Yes, me lord. Hello. Righto.
They on a different pud, haha. Hey, Animaniac, how's it going?
Ready to serve.
Aye, Captain. Aye, sir.
Hello. Righto. Okay.
Work
Aye,
completed. Underway, sir.
Job's done. Okay. 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 Me lord. Right. Ready to serve. Me lord. Okay. Yes, me lord.
Work completed.
Yes, okay. Yes, me lord. Ready to serve.
Going great, that's good to hear.
Me lord. Yes, me lord. Yes. Righto. What is it? Righto.
So what's your story, Anna?
Job's done.
Are you a War 2
Yes,
player from a long time ago,
ready
or
to
did you
serve.
just
Alright.
happen to stumble upon War 2 streams? What's your
is it?
story?
Alright. Yes, me lord. Yes. Okay. Job's done. Ready to serve.
Baby Peon had a nasty duel and I would rush hard and usually do well in twos. I played it a lot back in the day, then recently when it was re-released on
Ready
God.
to serve. Hello. Okay.
It's an awesome game, that's for sure.
Work
Hello,
completed.
Lord. Okay. Alright. Right. What is it? Ready to serve. Yes. Okay. Yes, me lord. Alright. Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord.
Anybody that's watching is welcome to come play with us on War 2 USA, the American Warcraft server.
Ready to serve, my lord.
All skill levels are welcome, everybody's welcome here. It's non-toxic. If people are gonna be nasty, we're gonna kick them out. We want to have a positive and friendly space here. Have you played War 2 for a long time? Yes, I have played. I started playing War 2 online when I was like 16 or 17, so like 2001, 2002, thereabouts.
Ready to serve, my lord.
And I played kind of ever since, on and off. Majority of units are peons. Yes, I basically just have nothing but peons here, so I'm hoping nobody rushes me with a billion busted ogres right now.
Hello, righto. Yes, me lord. Hello, yes, me lord.
Have I had to ban anyone for toxic behavior? We have had to ban very few people, thankfully. Because it's not really something I enjoy. I don't really enjoy having to ban people. I don't really enjoy dealing with that stuff. So, but yeah, we did have to ban. We did have to do some banning.
Yes, me lord.
Ready to serve, my lord. Ready to serve,
One
my
of them's
lord.
human. Yeah, I actually thought maybe 3 of us were human.
Ready to serve.
Everybody
to
except
serve,
Stellar,
my
maybe.
lord. Your honor. What ho?
Hello.
I should get an
Yes,
airplane
my
too.
lord. Done.
Work completed.
Hello. Hello. Done. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Ready to serve, my lord.
My lord. All right. Yes, my lord.
Ready to serve, my lord. Your Majesty, your honor. For the king, we move. For the king,
Let's try orange. I'm gonna have to eliminate that.
Who summoned me?
And he's trying to eliminate me in my top corner
Aye,
now.
aye, aye, sir.
Can't have that.
Ready to serve, my lord. Defending your honor.
Yes, sire. As
Yes,
usual. Yes, yes,
All
lord.
right. Job's done.
We are under attack.
I think OJ and Bottom left again. Possibly, probably.
Yes, my lord.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Okay.
Okay, from now on, can I watch?
Job's done.
Sure.
Underway.
So I lost two of these guys on the way.
At your service. Defending your honor.
Orange is disgruntled.
Job's
At your
done.
service.
Yes, my lord.
Aye, aye, sir. Underway. Underway. Underway.
What for the king? Defending your honor. For the king. At your service, my lord. Ready to serve, my lord. At your service. For the king.
He sunk my transport.
Sire, in your name.
Job's done. Ready, lord. Okay. Yes, my lord. All right. Yes, my lord.
Your name. Defending your honor. Defending your honor.
Who's black?
In your name.
Black is style
Your
bender.
name. Your name. Your
We are
name.
under attack.
Your name.
He's in there.
Your name. Defending your honor. At your honor.
What is it? Okay. Okay. All right. Hello. Yes, my lord.
Sire, defending your honor.
The town is under attack.
Okay. Ready to serve, yes, my lord.
Ready to serve, my lord. Ready to serve, my lord.
Ready to serve. My lord.
We are under
Right,
attack.
My lord. All right. Okay. My lord. Yes, my lord. Righto. Righto. All right. Job's done. Ready.
I got a flying
Job's
machine.
When I was watching the other night, you were going crazy with me, just spamming Blizzard all over the place. It was
Right,
great.
my lord.
I'm trying to remember what game that was. Was it? Would that have been Garden of War?
Job's done. Job's done.
What ho, defending
Job's
your honor.
done.
Defending
All
your
right.
honor.
Hello. Okay.
Work completed.
Baby makes it rain like a scene from Frozen.
Ready to serve.
I haven't made it rain this game so far, but I feel like now with all this encouragement, I should go do some maging of a style bender here.
Yes, yes, my lord.
Your Majesty.
But I'm a little bit worried because if I start attacking style bender,
Ready to serve.
then that's gonna like make me a target for him.
Who summoned me?
Ready
But at
to
the same
serve.
time, I don't know if I really want his
Yes,
city
okay.
right here, right next to me. I kind of want this gold to myself. I'm really greedy like that.
Alright.
Hello. Yes, my lord.
Your Majesty, defending your honor.
Hello. Okay. My lord. Hello. Okay. Okay. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Hello. Yes,
Who
my lord.
summoned me? Ready to serve, my lord. As you wish. All right. As you wish.
Ready to serve.
Sire, defending your honor. Your name. Defending your honor.
We are under attack.
And he's blizzing back.
Your name. Your honor.
Job's done, lord. All right. Yes, my lord. All right. All right. Hello. All right. Hello.
is it? As you wish. Your request. As you wish. Your request. As you wish. All right. Very well. As you wish. All right. As you wish. As you wish. As you wish. Who's as you wish? As you wish. Very well. Ready to as you wish. What is it? As you wish. Well.
What is it? All right. Yes, me lord. What? Yes, me lord. What? Complete your
I don't really want to use that expansion, but he has the water control, so I would have to make dragons.
Yes,
Okay, I'm doing it. I do not want him to
Yes,
take
me
that.
lord.
Suicide wizard. That mage got a little trigger happy on the wizard.
At your service, Your Majesty.
Oh, this gruntled is enormous. Wow.
Me lord.
Okay, I see. I knew it. I should not have been attacking Black. Black just happens to be sandwiched in between us. I have to go for this grunt or it's over.
Need assistance? All right. Very well. All right. Very well.
Job's done.
Sending your armor.
We are under attack.
Oh no, I don't want to run into the towers.
Sending your armor. Do you
All
need
right.
assistance?
As you wish.
Do you as you wish? As you wish. As you wish. Very well. Request. Very well. All right. As you wish. Do you need assistance? Your request. Very well. What is it? As you wish. As you wish. As you wish. All right. All right. As you wish. As you wish.
We are under attack.
Your Majesty. Do you need assistance? Very well. All right. All right. All right. Very well. All right.
Good job spreading faster than my spilled Midnight Zero. Yellow is Stellar D and he has switched to a Watcher.
Your request. Very well. What is it? All right. All right. All right. Very well. Very well. Very well. All right. Very well. All right. Very well. At your service, sending your armor.
I have so much gold. What am I even doing? Okay, I have to start playing a
Yes, me
bit
lord.
harder now. I'm being
We are
lazy.
under attack.
I think I lost this. This grunt has such a big part of the map. He's got like, yeah.
Do you need assistance?
I think I lost.
Job's done.
Should I play it out or resign? I'm feeling the resign button.
At your service,
Yes, at once, sire.
All right. Very well. What is it? Very well. What is it? Your request, as you wish.
Work complete. We are under
As you
attack.
wish. All right. What is it? Very well.
Yeah, it was a fun night this time.
We are under attack.
I agree. Wow, he's got the towers. Look at that. That's hilarious.
We are under attack.
Yeah. Yeah, he had quite a bit more gold than me, and more territory. He surely spent way more gold too. Yeah, yeah. I was like saving it up for the apocalypse or for my funeral. Apparently, I'm sure they would have given me a very nice funeral with all of that money. Although more likely they would just spend it on hats for themselves. All right, this is probably gonna be my last one. It's getting late. A bee? What do you mean, a bee? Oh, like the game title? Yeah, I always used to do my game name B, password S, which is my initials, which is basically how a lot of people do it. But I don't really need a password here because I'm not really trying to keep anybody out now. I do sometimes miss the good things about the old server, but there needed to be change. Some things were not acceptable, so had to branch out and make a positive, newbie-friendly place. Watch out for the bees. I've been stung by a bee only one time in my life. Or actually it was probably a wasp, but it was kind of my fault, but it was an accident. I was sitting outside on a porch when we were having like lunch or dinner or whatever out there, and I had my arms up on the armrests, and then I just went to put my arm down, and then there happened to be like a bee under my arm right then, so I got stung, like, on the inside of my arm. I wasn't angry at the bee. It wasn't his fault. Or her fault. Mine was scrambled eggs or something food related. Wasps are evil incarnate, like if Death Knight's word is said. That is kind of hilarious. They do have a little bit of resemblance with each other. If Death Knights were an insect. Okay, so I think this game I'm gonna have to do it a little bit differently. Might have to try to play a little more aggressive. But of course, that's the thing, is that you have like 3 people who are like fairly close in skill level. Like I would say we're all like Disgruntled on Garden of War would be the best. And I haven't played Stylebender enough to know how him and I compare. We did one-on-one that I can remember on Garden of War, and I won, but he had, I think he had 6 o'clock, and I did a duel 9-11, or was it S99? Wasps.
Ready to work. Ready to work.
But yeah, everybody who's watching is totally invited to come play with us on War 2. We have a Discord, you're welcome to join that. We have, in the Discord, there's the option to do voice chat. So I'm happy to do voice chat. That might be especially helpful for people who have like really junky keyboards and can't type at all. Or they can type like one button for every 10 seconds. Which I guess probably still beats Morse code. Just barely. As a kid in elementary school, I grabbed a bee while sliding down a slide.
Ready to work.
Just so happened to clasp my hand to grab it. Oh, so it wasn't intentional. I wouldn't think a kid would intentionally grab a bee, but you said you grabbed it. So grab is a word that to me generally implies intention and force. I feel like I want to go down fighting this time. I don't just want to make a humongous empire and sit on it. I want to go attack somebody. I'm enraged now. I'm feeling the rage. Alright, we've got a target. Purple. Purple, you are my target. Just watch out. I'm gonna quickly check 11. Get that mill so I can get a cat. Alright, and he does have a duel here. And of course, Disgruntled is coming for me right at this time.
Your commands, master. Ready to work. Work complete. Your commands, master. Ready to work. We're being attacked.
Be a bee. Attack. Yeah, I know it's gonna cost me. I just sloppily let my grunts die. I should have pulled them back, but when I'm chatting to viewers, I keep looking away from the screen every second anyway, so I'm not going to be playing my best game. I'm here to have fun. But yes, I am going to attack, and it's going to cost me the game, and that's okay with me. I just want to fight. I've got my blood's boiling. I need to kill somebody. That's right.
Your command, master.
I'm gonna make a second catapult.
Ready to work.
Alright, here we go. Just grow more eyes. Growing more eyes. Yeah, I've always wondered about that, like how they theorized that these things could happen, like how we grew any eyes in the first place. According to the people who believe that we just grew these things. By either necessity or by wishing it. I mean, why wouldn't it be convenient to have some extra eyes? I mean, other than if you had some eyes in the back of your head, then you would have to, like, be careful how you sleep on them.
Your command, Master. Lord, Sunzug.
Oh, he has another one. Of course. Why did I not think he would have two? Sappers are to kill things. Fun to kill things. Yes, I should totally do sappers. That's right. That's a great idea. Alright, here's my other catapult, and I'll make another one. Two, because it's probably gonna kill that one too. I think I was too slow. I've kind of reached the point where I should have done significant damage to him already. And meanwhile, Disgruntled probably has like most of the map by now. Oh, he's got that chopped open. Eye socket super vulnerable spot and resource intensive. Each ball requires 100 calories to function alone. Like 100 calories per what time period? Per minute, per second, per hour, per day.
Ready to work. Work complete.
We're ready. Oh, I don't know. I just made it up. Wow. I believed you. Okay, trust is out the window now. I see how it is. We're gonna be pulling statistics out of your butt. And you wanted me to trust you. Now it's all ruined.
We're being attacked! Work complete.
Alright, so he's already got ogres going on in there, so...
Ready to work.
My grunts aren't gonna do a whole lot.
Ready to work.
We're ready, Master. Yes, Master. Okay, Master.
All right.
It's over. Work complete.
Okay. Yes. All right.
Ready to work.
yeah. There's the lusties. Oh no. Okay, I should just like run and hide and hope that this grunt is gonna take care of them because it's not looking too good right now. Pretend you didn't read that sentence. Pretend I didn't read the sentence and find out that you're a liar, you mean? Sure. You never forget a thing like that. Once you've been lied to, it's all over. Nothing will ever be the same. Those farms dead with one of them sappers. Yeah, unfortunately he had a better force behind those farms than I had, waiting for him. Oh no. I didn't even make like one single defensive tower. Disgrunt is gonna win this. There's no way that anybody but Disgrunt can win this now. We're ready, Master. I'm not ready, fat boys. Lusted incoming, ready your defense is purple. And then some. Have wine and forget about it. And cheese. That is a nice plan. Some like wine and cheese. Just forget about this very sad game. I'm gonna see if there's a gold mine I can sneak into and hope that these two can spend some time fighting each other so I can build up again.
What? Yes, of course. Yes,
Fortress, no. My mound, no. At least I can take care of the DK with this one ogre. I mean, he's already here too.
Ready to work. We're ready, Master. We're being attacked. Ready to work.
Just learning my foot, he's tearing it up. No, okay, I wasn't talking about Stylebender. Stellar D is the guy who was just learning. Stellar D. This is Stylebender, this is somebody else. Yeah, declare I'm too high. Yeah, there's no way Purple can win this with that. Disgrunt has all, like, the whole right side of the map, yeah. I've heard some of the good players say that the S9, no, sorry, the 911 duel is the most difficult to break. I guess harder than the S99 duel. Damn, that dude expanded like the plague on Lords. Why he is so disgruntled.
They're destroying our city!
Yeah, he's a pretty solid player, Disgruntled is.
They're destroying
Wait, I did some
our
one-on-ones
city!
with him in Garden of War, and he beat me on all of the recent ones. I don't know if I've ever beaten him one-on-one in Garden of War, but we haven't even one-on-one in Garden of War that many times, so... but I beat him on other maps. But he plays a lot of Garden of War, and I play a lot of... I play just a variety maps all the time, so... It's interesting that a lot of these guys who didn't play Warcraft 2 for 20 years kind of are coming back to it. Like, I think Stylebender played so long ago, like in the 90s when the game was new. And I guess he was a pro at the time. Or am I confusing him with Cyan? No, there's also another guy like that named Cyan who's played on here. But it's really cool to have people coming to War2 USA who are already good players. That's awesome. Of course, I'm always happy to have any players, like new players or old players, anybody. I want the server to grow. Variety streamer, yes. Variety is the spice of life. Got this. Yeah. Three-way free-for-all is hard, especially on a bigger map. If it's a smaller map, like Dark Pass, it's maybe a little bit different because you're kind of all stuck in the same little bubble next to each other, and everybody is equally sandwiched between each other because you're all kind of like just right there. But in a big map like this, it's much easier for one player to get sandwiched between two, or like if you decide to fight with one person, then you're basically making the other person take the rest of the map, or allowing them to. So if free-for-all is kind of more balanced, I guess, if you have 4 players or 6 players, or I don't know, more than 3. Because when you have 3 people free-for-all, somebody will usually end up getting doubled, or one person will just be able to take the whole map. All this sandwich talk, is it making you hungry? Going to raid Fridge. Sounds good. I recommend, if you're making a sandwich, do this. Do alfalfa sprouts with cheese and onions. It's really good. That's what I had earlier today for lunch. When you say you do that, do you mean alfalfa sprouts with cheese and onions? Because if you said yes to that, I would be very surprised. I got 1/3 of a foot-long sub in fridge from Subway. I used to like Subway subs, and then they started having these wraps, and the wraps were really good, and I liked their they had like a steak wrap. It was really good, and then they discontinued the wraps. Everybody always discontinues everything good. It's so annoying. And ever since that was the last time I ever was at Subway's, when they told me they discontinued the wraps. I think I just walked right out and I told them I didn't want anything then. Hey, J.R. Regan. G.R. Junior Regan? Is that how you're supposed to say it? How's it going? Regan is most common. Okay. Regan is actually a name that I gave to one of the puppies I fostered. Except I spelled it R-E-E-G-A-N. Broke my lurking cover. Oh, it's fine! I'm happy to have chatters. Although lurking is perfectly acceptable too. So Regan, are you an old War II player from the 90s when the game was new? Or how did you land here? Bought my original on CDs. Yes, I had the original CDs. I had to buy the CD, I think, probably, for sure, at least twice, if not 3 times, because once I tried to quit, and I actually snapped my CD, I broke my CD because I wanted to quit at that time. And then, like, about 2 weeks later, I bought a new one. It was a failed quitting attempt. But at that time, I was playing way too much. Like I was in university and I was playing like every time that I was at home and not in class, I was like playing. And I would play at night. I played so much that it was just excessive, and that was just too much. But fun times for sure. Fun times. So when's the last time you played, Regan? December, I think. That's quite a long time ago. Am I allowed to know your AKA, or is it secret? Oh, okay. Oh, you just played by yourself, not on like with other people. I see. Well, you're certainly welcome to join us here at War 2 USA. We play many nights, but our regular game time is Friday nights at 7, starting 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm not 100% sure yet how tomorrow's gonna go because we have like renovation people who are gonna be working here, so they might be needing this area. So I'm not sure if or when I'll be able to play tomorrow night, but I will definitely try to be here. But it's getting popular enough that we're gonna definitely, I think, need 2 hosts. We're gonna have probably 2 games going, I assume, if it's gonna be like the way it has been. RL! Exclamation point. RL. Does that mean real life? Not sure what else RL could be. Yes. I'm impressing myself with my ability to understand your single letter answers. Disgruntled! Haha, there you are. How's it going? FDAS, FDSA, yes. Right back at you. FADS, FADS. We're on a wavelength. Well, Disgruntled, since you're listening in, I don't have to type, I can just talk. Do you want to do a 1 since Stylebender seems to be BRB forever? I suggest Nowhere to Run, because it's small and short. And if Stylebender returns, it will not keep him waiting super long. Critter attack free for all. That's not a bad plan. Critter attack. I used to love Critter attack way back in the day. Not that I ever played it a whole lot. But yeah, it's an interesting, cute little map. The only thing is Stylebender is not here, and Disgruntled has become unresponsive as well. And, oh my, it's past midnight. Critter attack. I think I better call it a night and go to bed. It's past midnight here. Yeah, I think it's time. But it's been fun. Thanks everybody for watching my stream. It was fun chatting with you. Have a good night, everybody.